Okay, so here are the most common Facebook advertising mistakes I see. Hello, business professionals. I am back with another value-packed video today. D.A.T.A Turner IV, Data Productions Media LLC, Dreams are Tangible Aspirations. So today in the video, we're going to be talking about the mistakes people make when advertising on Facebook. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so here are the most common Facebook advertising mistakes I see. We have 6, so the first 4 are on the front, and we'll go to the back for the last 2. So for the first one is, what I most commonly see is businesses are not using enough video. I keep talking about it. I keep pounding it in your guys' head. You have to keep using video. 80-20 rule. 80% video, 20% images, 20% links. Please, please, please use more video. So there's stats out that say there could be up to 15,000 pieces of content each time a person logs in on Facebook. And now what that means is there's a lot more content out there than what actually can be consumed. So your content has to be good enough to stop somebody's scroll, because there's just so much content out there that they're just going to pass by it. So it has to be video, because that's the easiest way. Also, another stat is there has been a decrease in engagement for images and links. Another Facebook stat is slowly decreasing. But there has been a 10% increase in video engagement in 2020 and 2019 as well. Again, Facebook realizes that. That's why they're putting a lot more resources and rewarding the businesses that are continuing to use video. All right, so the second one is non-specific. Okay, and for the second mistake is non-specific targeting. You have to understand, is your target audience too big? Is it too small? You have to understand who you're trying to sell to, your product or service, who buys or sells your product or service. You have to understand these things to get the best targeting. 3 is under or over monitoring your Facebook ads. So it takes the Facebook algorithm about 5 to 7 days to fully optimize where the system believes it's found its correct audience. It takes about 5 to 7 days. So you don't want to over monitor your ads by looking at it each second, worrying about, oh, it's not doing too well. And you have to understand, if you change the ad settings, the algorithm resets. So if you go in on day 3 and adjust the target audience, the Facebook algorithm has to restart completely over. So then it has to take another 5 to 7 days to optimize. So it's best just to let your first initial advertisement to run, wait at least 5 days, see if it's performing well or not, and then make changes accordingly. But if you do anything before, you're just doing a disservice to yourself and you're wasting money on testing. And after the 5 to 7 days, obviously you want to deactivate the poor advertisements. You don't want to waste your money if they're underperforming, okay? So number 4 is you're choosing the wrong advertisement objective, okay? You have to understand what your goal is. If your goal is to, provide information to your audience and get it out as much as possible, video views is the way to go. That's the best one. That's what I like using a lot. If your goal is to generate sales or generate contacts, or get so you can hit them up later, lead generation is good for that. These are the 2 I mostly use. All right, engagement, if you're trying to get likes, comments, and shares on a post, that's really good as well. That's the 3rd one I use. I use that sparingly when I'm just trying to get some good social proof. To get 100 likes on a post, I'll use engagement. All right, I don't really use traffic as much anymore. It's kind of like lead generation. Traffic is where you want to get your prospective customer from point A to point B. Point A is being Facebook, point B most likely your website. I more or less do lead generation because it kind of takes you through the same process. You stay on the Facebook platform, which is good for online advertising. It makes it easier for the customer. So traffic is essentially lead generation. All right, lead generation is traffic on steroids. So these are the two I use mostly, and I use engagement as well. So consider these three when choosing your objectives. Okay, mistake number 5, testing too much at once. This is like an experiment, okay? You want to test one variable at a time. So that variable could be your ad copy, your messaging, your video, your image, but it only can be one at a time so you can see, okay, what's doing well, where's the holdup. If you test more variables at one time, you can't efficiently test. More control equals efficient testing. If you keep it to one variable at a time, you're able to pinpoint what's working well and what's not working well. Okay, if you do too much at once, you don't know where the problem is coming in. And so number 6, the final mistake I have for you today, is not being flexible to change. Facebook changes daily. Algorithm always changes daily with the information it's getting. Policies change daily. So if you're trying to forecast out 6+ months in advance, that's too far out for Facebook advertising. I would suggest about a 3-month forecast is optimal, where if you go in, you say, hey, this is what we're doing for the next 3 months, then we'll reconvene. That is a good timetable to gather results and, be able to make a decision moving forward. So that's my marketing video today. The 6 mistakes people make when they're advertising on Facebook. Hopefully you found value out of this video. As usual, if you want help on this, give me a DM in the messages. I'll be happy to help. If you're looking for somebody to do this full service for you, get in contact with me, and maybe we can set up a meeting where we can, start making some money together. But that's all I have for you guys today. You guys have a good one. Keep advertising, and I'll see you next week.